What's going on? Thanks for checking in. Today I have 3 must-do upper body exercises all pitchers should be doing. Make sure you stay tuned. Check this one out. All right, first off, I understand that upper body training gets a bad rap in the throwing community. You know, a lot of coaches just neglect it completely, a lot of guys. However, you got to think the amount of stress that goes into throwing a baseball, especially in elite level throwers. The research shows that your 95-mile-an-hour fastball, the shoulder's rotating close to 1,400 meters per second. The amount of stress that's on the upper body in general is 100 times more than we could create in a weight room atmosphere. Getting strong in your pressing movements, your pulling movements should be a prerequisite to throwing 90 miles an hour. So I got my guy Kaser helping me out. He's a flamethrower. He's been up there, 95, huh? With the Blue Jays, now what Mexican League team?
Laguna.
Laguna. All right, so he's gonna be demonstrating these upper body exercises for us today. So with number 1 in our exercises, we're gonna go the 90-degree waiter walk. So number 1, building stability in an isometric action. Isometrics build stability because it targets the tendon to muscle junction. So we want to make sure we add an isometric in this with overhead throwers. So here, you're going to do it a little bit differently than a lot of guys tell you. Aaron Sanchez taught me this, right? A lot of guys go at 90 degrees. However, you don't throw that tight, right? You should go to your arm pad. So try to hang it out there wherever your arm is coming through. That's the 90 degrees we want, all right? And to take this exercise one step further, you can also go straight arm overhead, which is gonna add more horizontal stress to the movement. All right, so the next exercise is going to be a pulling variation. You think about throwing. A lot of injuries don't come from the acceleration portion, they happen from the decelerating. There's so much stress in a 90-mile-an-hour arm that you're basically throwing your arm off your body. So the lats, the rotator cuff, hold your arm in place. So with this next exercise, we're working back the opposite direction with a vertical pulling action. So with pulling actions, in some guys, you have to be careful if they're very lat dominant. You know, you hit your chest supported rows, your machine rows, and guys can get balled up lats, which prevents them from lengthening. If that prevents you from lengthening, having super tight lats, it's gonna end up hurting your throwing motion, putting more strain, UCL, on the rotator cuff. So not only do we need strength in pulling variations, we need lengthening through strength. Here I like a wide grip lat pull down. All right, so Kaser, go ahead and get into it. So with this lat pull down, we're gonna lengthen first. So we're gonna protract the shoulders forward. So start with it here. Roll the shoulders up into lengthening like a dead hang. And now you're gonna retract them and pull down. Good. Same thing, reach, retract, and pull. Good. See how he's lengthening, reaching, retracting, and pull. So now, not only are we working strength through the lat, through that vertical pull, we are working on lengthening it so the lats don't ball up. So now we're strengthening and lengthening. That's what pitchers need. They don't just need the strength. All right, coming at number 3 is a pressing motion. It's gonna be a dumbbell bench press, just your typical bilateral coming down, exploding up. So go ahead, Kaser. Good. I want you to notice one main thing. Notice how he's keeping his elbows kind of at the 45 degree, tucking them along his rib cage. Biggest mistake that pitchers make in dumbbell bench press is flaring the elbows. We do not want to flare the elbows because we're going to put more strain on the AC joint. If we tuck our elbows close to our rib cage, we're going to start to recruit more of the tricep. It's just going to be a lot safer, and we're still going to build the pec major, pec minor. Hey, that's a wrap. Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you're not afraid to do your upper body training. You know, at the end of the day, this should be a prerequisite to be an elite level thrower. Louis Simmons said it best. He said, weak things break, Same thing applies here. Don't treat yourself so fragile if you're a pitcher. It can handle a lot more than you think, right? The action of throwing a baseball 90 plus miles an hour, there's so much strain on the upper half. To think you can't do your pressing, your pulling is a huge mistake. Get strong in here so it bulletproofs you out on the field. Appreciate you. Catch you next week. Game rewards the grind. It knows how much you've invested.